And what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing you the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake, and I am a real-world flight dispatcher. I'm going to bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today we've got another special one for you, another airport review first look. This is my first time in this airport. That's already kind of disappointing that the jet bridge isn't reaching the door properly. Could be a GSX thing. There is a custom GSX profile that comes with this airport. You can turn it on or off via the Contrail app. I obviously have it turned on because I don't think anybody's made one yet. So curious to see how that's going to pan out. So far, not great. But yeah, so sure, for the most part, people who will be at least watching this on the playback, the number one thing that everybody's going to be looking for is the first look. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the look at the airport, and then we'll program the airplane and get it going. In the title, I did put Portland-Detroit round trip, but I forgot that Shaq is going live at 7 o'clock doing Syracuse to Concord and back. So I'm thinking I'm going to at least fly a flight with him. So we're pretty pressed for time on... Ooh. Girl, say what? Either this pilot was drunk or GSX is drunk. One of the two. But I do want to get a flight in with him. So I'm just going to do the one flight. Should put us landing around the time that he's starting to stream. I can't remember how long this flight is. But anyway, so Portland, Maine, Jetport, Airport, whatever the hell they call it. Here is what we're looking at. So for those of you who have watched any of my other airport review videos, you know that I'm not the biggest stickler on like a lot of signage, having to have static people or animated people or cars, animation at the jetways with like like tugs pushing out and towing an airplane back into the gate, like we've seen in some of the Zwiecki airport, stuff like that. So just from the little bit that I've seen, which is the same that y'all have seen during the little intro, I'm kind of happy with the balance that they have between modeling the interior, but not going too crazy to the point where it may impact frame rates. I do think it would be a nice touch. Obviously, if we're trying to go like based off of wanting all the detail in the world, I do think it'd be a nice touch to have some airport signage, so you could at least know like, hey, these are the ticket counters for American, ticket counters for Frontier, Delta, United, whoever. I do think it'd be a nice touch. While I think you could at least add that, but leave out like all the extra signage like you would find, like for example, the Indy Builds Oklahoma City. And they've got a lot of custom signage that are kind of towards the front of where the where you enter the lines for the ticket counters. Like there's like American Airlines priority lane, like signage like that. I think you could leave that out to save on frame rates, but like these little areas right here, you could have like on these TVs, you could have the signage for airports. And who knows, maybe that'll come in a future update. I don't think that would impact frame rates too hard, but it'd at least be nice to know like which ticket counter is for what airline. Although I say that, but at the same time, let's keep in mind that other than the first time that we buy an airport and we want to go look around and see how nice it is, that's probably the only time that we're ever going to bring our drone cameras inside. If you're not a content creator and you're not making intros and stuff like that, you probably won't ever bring your drone camera inside. So it's really not all that important, in my opinion, from a realistic standpoint. Now, pretty nice little signage right here. Real ID signage for TSA. So I feel like if we're going to have that, we could at least maybe have some signage on the ticket counters. And we got the TSA security checkpoint. Nicely modeled, not too crazy, but not too simple either. Looks like a nice little lounge area for you to come sit down and put your clothes back on after going through TSA. Really like the open window concept of this airport. Lots of natural light. Thing looks really nice. I'm sure this will probably look really good at nighttime too when we go to check out the night lighting. And we'll come downstairs here to the gate areas. And again, I do think it would have been a nice touch to add some sort of airport signage. But then again, there's nothing on the jetways outside, so I think it's okay. Because if say they had like copy and paste generic jetways that also had copy and paste, airline signage, well then you'd want that to match up with what's on the inside. Sometimes I have seen where there will be a discrepancy between what's on the jetway and what's on the signage at the gate counter or at the podium. It's probably best to just, if you're not going to do it at all, have it all generic in the way that they've done here. That's probably going to be the most accurate. And then for content creators like myself, you don't find yourself in a position here where you're kind of having this view and you can see the airplane outside, but yet, you're like looking at Frontier signage while you've got a Delta airplane parked on the gate or something like that. Again, that's more for content creators. Not a big deal for the average simmer. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way it's modeled. Again, it's not too crazy, but it's not too simple. It's a nice balance, saving those frame rates while also having a something to look at from the cockpit window. Now, what I think is really cool is they have some of these ramp type, areas where you'd board like literally on the ramp. I'd really question the GSX profile that comes with the airport, because if it were accurate, these airplanes should be parked correctly in their parking spots. And this is the second airplane we've seen that is not. This one over here also is not. So we're gonna, hopefully somebody will. Hey man, thank you so much for subscribing. Dell Aviator, that's a cool ass name, by the way. I say that a lot when people subscribe. I say that people have cool ass names, probably because I'm not very creative when it comes to nifty things like that. So I really like your name, by the way. But thanks so much, dude, for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you'll enjoy the content. It's one thing to go through and look around at an airport. It's a whole other thing to fly a Maddog successfully from A to B. So, one little thing that I have noticed though, from the outdoor view, as you can tell, the bottom windows are very dark, kind of hard to see inside, while the top windows are not. I don't know if that's true to life. If it is, then good job. Who's the people that make this shit again? Did I not even put the... Man, I meant to put their link in the description. So if you want to buy this airport, I'll put a link in the description, but you have to go to the Contrail app and purchase it there. It's not really a link that you go to like if you're going to SimMarket or something like that. But we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so dark windows on the bottom, light windows on the top. I kind of wish they would have done the windows that are on the top portion of the airport on the bottom portion, because as you can tell, you can't really see much of anything inside. It's quite dark. A little bit of nitpicking there, but now and again, if that's true to real life, then cool. Oh, look who's in the house. Aero Designs, that is who it is. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. So everyone, the developer of this airport is in the chat. Welcome, Aero Designs. Again, I'm very impressed with this airport. I think you struck a great balance between not too overly detailed, cost and frame rates, but not too simple as well. You might be able to answer to this. The dark windows on the bottom versus the more clear windows, lighter windows up top. Is that true to life? Just curious, because I do like how you can see through the top, compared to like on the bottom. It's a little bit harder to see through. From the cockpit perspective, I do think it'd be great when you're pulling into the gate to be able to see inside a little bit more. But then again, I do want to look at the night lighting here in a second and see how that looks. But check out this signage here, y'all. Looks very nice. Also, noticed, where'd it go? Got a nice custom embassy suites hotel over here. Love it whenever devs put in custom buildings that are in the vicinity of the airport. It's always great. Overall, very satisfied with how this airport looks. Now, the big test. We all discovered this when we were looking at the, was it Any Builds that made Baltimore? Who was it made Baltimore? Anyways, I've got so many add-on airports I start losing track of who the developers are. Which is first world pride, right? I think we all like to have too many airports in our community folder. So the big thing when it comes to runways for me is that there's no speed bumps on the runway, and happy to report that there are no speed bumps on this runway. I know when we all first started landing in Baltimore, we were it was amazing that our landing gear even stayed attached to the airplane. The runway was so rough. It's happy to see that this is not the case on this runway. Very satisfied with the ground textures, the runway markings, taxiway markings. It all looks really, really good. And it's going to be even more so apparent whenever we start taxiing in our in our Maddog. It's so close to the ground compared to like 7.3 and the 320. We'll be a little bit closer to the ground and be able to see those textures even more so. And again, we are not looking at any speed bumps on this runway either. Very, very satisfied with that. So, one question for you, Aero Designs. Weirdly enough, the different tinted windows are correct. Okay, cool. Yes, and then that's the thing is if it's true to life, I have zero problem with the way the windows are tinted and that kind of stuff. That's why I try to give that benefit of the doubt. Because a lot of times, I think a lot of people like to nitpick things that are true to life. So if they're true to life, then everybody needs to shut up. So with the GSX profile, was the GSX profile, because I saw it in the Contrail app where you could select the GSX profile on and off. Was that made by y'all or is that made by somebody else? Like, how does that work? Because I'm just curious, as I don't know for sure, but I believe that would also affect how some of these AI airplanes are parking. As we can see, they are not parked correctly in their parking spot, which is not a big deal. That can always be updated or fixed, whether it be by the dev, Aero Designs, or it be by somebody in the community and upload it to FlightSim.2 or TO, however people like to say that. So this guy, he's all catty cornered and stuff. Does look a little bit ugly, but not totally sure how that works. And it's also not the biggest deal. As long as our airplane parks and spawns at the gate in the way that it should, I'm satisfied. Would like to see the jetway reach all the way to the airplane. Again, not sure who is in control of that. But nonetheless, it is super cool, Aero, that you have joined to check out this little review episode with us, and thank you so much for your work. Great job. Very, very satisfied. I shall be flying into this airport somewhat often. I think I have about 78, 79 third-party payware add-on airports, but some of my favorite ones are these kind of smaller, somewhat like regional airports, because I think we all get so fixated on the big airports that some of these kind of fall by the wayside. And my favorite thing about the smaller airports is having options to have parking spaces like this, where passengers literally walk out on the ramp and board the airplane. And now that we have GSX, where we can make custom walkway points, it is so much more immersive than sitting in your cockpit and watching your passengers walk out of the terminal or walk out of this little ground jetway, if you will, and walk up on your airplane. That's one of my favorite things about GSX, and one of the biggest reasons why I bought it, even though GSX is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. You don't really get that as much with really big airports like you do smaller airports like this. So that's one reason why I love flying to outstations and doing quick turns. So you can land, do a quick turn, and watch your passengers deplane, and then board up and head back to the to the hub. So, before we jump into the airplane, one last thing we need to do is check out the night lighting. I wonder if this has, oh, there it goes. Okay, I was about to say, something to do with this new update that's causing issues with, cool, now we're good there. All right, let's check out the night lighting real fast. So, one thing I think is really cool, and Arrow, you might be able to speak to this as well, is it true to life that you have these kind of LED looking lights shining down on the jetways on this side of the airport, whereas over here you have more of the halogen colored lights on this side of the airport. Is that true to life? And if so, that's pretty daggum cool. You put that much detail into the airport. That was made in-house by us. The parking assignments would also be made by us. It looks like the traffic add-on might be pulling the older. And I was thinking the same thing too. I did, just for the record, I went into FS Dream Team, went to the little configuration deal and excluded the GSX jetways, as you can tell, because you got your jetways in there. Because every time I install a new airport, if I forget to do that, I always see double parking spots. But I would agree with you that it very much does seem like it's pulling the old traffic or the old parking spots, parking data. Any insight on how to get rid of that? How we can have? Actually, I would assume that the GSX profile more so serves the user than the AI, right? So the AI is probably going to do its own thing as it's reading the old data and not the custom GSX profile. Therefore, the GSX stuff's not going to affect AI. It's just going to affect us. And if that's the case, like, that's the most important thing. That would be my biggest concern. So I would be more than satisfied. So again, back to the nightlight. I think nightlight looks really good. I do like the fact that at night we can see inside the terminal quite a bit better than during the daytime. So if you ever fly in here and you park at night, pulling up to the jetway or pulling into your gate, being able to see inside the terminal is always really cool. But man, look at that though. That looks good. Looks really good. Obviously, in part, being the less tinted windows definitely helps. But even like from the outside, being able to see the reflection of the lights on the tile floor is just, that's always freaking awesome. Looks really, really good. Absolutely love it. Arrow, is there anything else away from the terminal that you would like us to look at, you'd like me to point out that maybe we wouldn't necessarily get our attention? I know most of us in the sim world are probably fans of the airliner world, the commercial Part 121 aviation world. Therefore, we may not necessarily go look at some of the GA stuff. Is there anything that you think that we would miss that you'd like for me to point out? Since we've been kind of focusing on the terminal. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm using FSLTL models with PSXT and roll traffic data. Hey, I should be reading just the parking assignments we place, which should be correct. I am in Sim Update 12. Yep, just updated. Hopefully everything goes well, because who knows what's going to happen after a Sim update. So I'm going to jump back over to the airplane, and as y'all know, here on the wrong side, Simulations channel, where we fly on the wrong side of the airplane, I like to place my camera inside of the terminal so we can have like a cool looking pushback view. But I do want to holler at everybody in the chat real quick, since I haven't had the chance, got focused on getting the little views going. Let's see who we got up here in the chat. My man Jet Kid, what is going on, Nolan? Great to see you, dude. Definitely hoping to fly some DCS with you tonight, and like you requested, I am planning to share video, like my reaction of opening your very generous donation, if you will, of your F-18 stick. So looking forward to that, dude, and thank you again so much for being so kind and sending that my way. It is definitely going to change. It's going to change the way that I fly the Hornet with you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hillbilly Gypsy, what is up, dude? Great to see you, man. You don't enjoy jumping the gap. I don't enjoy jumping the gap. Zach, what's going on, man? Welcome. Great to see you, as always. I'm sure you're still flying. Are you flying the CRJ right now? Oh, another successful flight in the CRJ. Great. I'm planning on flying the CRJ with Shaq tonight. We'll see if it goes as well as it did the other night on stream, because CRJs don't typically treat me very well. Wes, dude, what's going on, my friend? Great to see you. Thank you for coming to hang out, as always. Great to see you. Dell Aviator. It's like, it's funny because it's like I have to like focus my eyes and like separate it to like really like read your username. Thanks, man. I have no idea how you check out and airport. Oh, and airport. So I just used the drone camera mode using a PS4 controller to control my drone camera and just kind of move around and give everybody the look-sees at new airports. I just landed in Portland. Nice. Better be doing a visual approach back to Portland. It's beautiful weather. Whenever I probably won't be flying back today, just because I'm gonna go fly with another friend of mine tonight while he's doing his stream. But definitely we'll be doing some Airbus stuff into here. So Aero, for your just a little background on myself, I am manager of flight dispatch at a major Part 121 carrier, and we operate an all Airbus fleet. So I'm quite proficient in the Airbus. I've got a whole nice little Airbus set up with the center pedestal and the McDo and the Cat 3 tiller and the FS Project side stick. That's my world. So we'll probably be doing some Frontier operations into Portland. I think Delta does run Airbus into here as well. So we can do some Delta Airbus stuff too. I'm really looking forward to shooting the ILS Runway 29 with that cool little overwater approach that it has. So we'll definitely be doing that in the future, for sure. Drew, what is up, dude? Great to see you. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Not really. My most favorite part of the airport was the ticket check-in on the first floor at night. Ooh, let's go check it out at night. We did look at it during the day. We didn't look at it at night. So we'll go do that real quick. Saw sun. Oh, okay. Thought maybe there was like some windows. Oh, actually, no, there is windows. Check that out. So there is windows that kind of see straight through. I saw the sun doing its thing. I said, wait a minute. And you can kind of, looks really neat right there. All right, let's make it nighttime and see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, check that out. That's legit. Too bad my airline doesn't fly into Portland. I would definitely come up here or go up there and then take pictures and compare it and give that to show all of the viewers. Great job. I'm very, very satisfied. I like your balance of detail, but not being too simple and not being overly detailed. I have a 4090, but a lot of people in this world obviously don't have something that powerful. So a lot of details, a lot of like static people and animated people, a lot of the stuff that some of the other developers put in. Nothing against them. And for people like me who have a very powerful computer, it's great to have those things. And it's even better too when you can turn them on and off. But for the average simmer who may not have just a bomb, super strong PC, I think this is the perfect balance of not too simple, not too overly cluttered, and killing frame rates either. So In my opinion, I give this a 5 out of 5 on that aspect. So let's jump back over, figure out where my airplane is. Cheer. Hello, sexy. I do think the Maddog's a good-looking airplane. And guys, if you haven't already, please smash that like button. Would greatly appreciate it. Also, before we get into, and I'm sure most of y'all are probably aware if any of y'all watch V1 or Shaq streams. So our good friend Jay, Mr. EQ, he's been having some, just kind of falling on some hard times. You know, he used to have a job working, I believe in like the printer industry, would basically sell industrial copiers and printers and stuff like that. Did that for 10 years. He used to be a storm chaser back in the day, used to pump avgas, Chicago O'Hare back in the day, and through my channel he discovered flight dispatch. And at the age of 40, with a wife and 6 kids, he made the very scary decision to switch up careers, go into a completely new industry, and make that jump. So he started dispatch school, was working on getting his license, was getting his butt kicked with that because it is by no means easy. And his wife had some medical issues that resulted in her not being able to work anymore, or at least for the time being, still hasn't been able to go back to work. So that happened, so that reduced their income. He was on year 1 pay at his airline, and then some of his kids started having some issues as well. So he's following some hard times where he's trying to provide for his wife and his 6 kids on year 1 pay at a regional carrier. He is doing what he can to get by. I know that he will be applying at United here pretty soon once they open up for hiring again. So he's really hopeful for that. He's doing the best that he can to exercise some upward mobility. But in the meantime, he has started a GoFundMe for some help. Shaq has been voicing it, as well as V1 Simulations. As kind as he is, he has been promoting it as well. So if anybody could find the kindness in your heart to help a fellow simmer and real world airman out, it would be super great. I did post or pin his GoFundMe at the top of the chat. So if you're able to, that would be great. It would definitely help him out in a tough time. We have our fingers crossed that those tough times will subside pretty soon. If he's able to get on at United, I feel like he'll be able to. At this point, pretty much any dispatcher with breath in their lungs and just a minute amount of experience, they're typically pretty easy to go to a legacy carrier. So it would be very kind of you if you haven't already. If you're able to, it would be great. If not, no worries. I know we both know that right now times are pretty rough as far as cost of living. In fact, one of my fellow dispatch managers told me the other day that her rent overnight is going to go up $600 with no warning. She's not on the typical like year-to-year lease. She has like a kind of a non-standard situation in that regard. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of left field, her landlord was like, "Hey, so by the way, we're gonna need you to pay us $2,700 a month," and that's before any utilities. She makes 6 figures and is probably about to have to move back in with her parents because she's also supporting 2 kids too. So times are tough. We all get that, and so if you're able to help, great, and be truly greatly appreciated. And if not, totally understand as well, because times be tough. Anyways, Drew, dude, thank you so much, man. I know Jay greatly appreciates it. He sees any donations in real time as they come in. He's getting notifications for them. I donated through V1's stream, and yeah, greatly appreciate y'all. So without further ado, without any more hubbub of running my mouth, yeah, and that's kind of average. She lives down in South Florida, like the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. I know some of my employees, they've been seeing the same thing down there, like out of nowhere, or when their lease renews, it's going up $500. I'm kind of waiting for it to happen to me. It hasn't happened yet, but I mean, shit, I'm already paying like $2,300 a month. Granted, I'm in a rent house. I'm not in an apartment. Some of my guys who are seeing this, they are in apartments or like a townhome that they're renting, something like that. So let's jump in the airplane. Let's get this thing going. We got to fly CI-99 and get our butts into Detroit before Shaq goes live. So we're just gonna, you know, casually stroll through this beautiful Delta cabin, and we're gonna move. And we're gonna try to move quick. It's only as fast as you can go in a Maddog, you know. Righty tighty. So let's see. We got battery on. Emergency lights are on. That way we could go ahead and do our boarding. I'm gonna start packs real fast. We're gonna do a quick board on them. Short start. Boom, boom. MD-82. And we have 95 passengers, so definitely won't take very long. Next, and start. Sweet. Okay, emergency lights are on. Smoking is on. We'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on too, because we already have our fuel. Took care of all the math stuff before starting the stream. Let's see. Windshield. Boom. Landing altitude is 632. That should work. Position lights on. The rest of that stuff can stay off for now. Cool. Position init. We are in the lovely Aero Designs Portland Airport, KPWM. Whenever I can find the buttons, KPWM. Keyboard layout's a little bit different from the 737 and the A320. Alrighty, Portland over to Detroit, KDTW. We're going to depart off runway 29. Need my sim brief. Okay, we're on the Heskel 3 cam transition. From there, let's go to route Q88. Or actually, sorry, 822. I don't know how I got 88 out of that. To Gons. Where you at, Ian? This layout is totally throwing me off. I was trying to move fast. From Guns, it's going to be onto the arrival. So go arrival. And we're on the Top Gun 2. The Neo transition. Looking at the ILS, I believe it's runway 21 left. Yes, it is. Do we want Cabo count rider? We'll go Cabo. That should... Actually, you know what? We're going to go count. Kind of gets us lined up a little bit earlier. We need a little bit more time to get stabilized in this airplane because y'all know I ain't be great with it. Alright, over to route. Let's make sure we don't have any discons. There's one there. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's really annoying. It's like the cursor's looking through the airplane. We got vectors, then count. We'll leave that one. Looks good. Activate, execute, climb. We're going up to flight level 360. Net. Zero fuel weight. Zero fuel weight's 101.5. /N, whatever the N means. Actually, no, not this box. There we go. 0 fuel weight. Fuel. That's where the N's going to go. 19.6 /N. It's like N means like scheduled or something like that. Obviously, because it says scheduled there. Reserves. Our reserve is going to be 3.9. Okay, we're going to fly a little bit lower, I guess. 3.9. CI 99. Cruise winds. 271 at 67. And temperature outside is going to be minus 57. Take off. Already got our numbers calculated. And looking at V1 24, V2 is 129, or correction, VR is 129, V2 is 138. 24, 29, 38. Thank you. Be a flaps 15 departure. We're going to be flexing 50. Flap 13. I don't want flap 13. Me flaps 15, please. 15, so 22, 27, 36. Neato. Alright, let's go TO flex 50. Going to unguard whatever this little switchy thing is. I learned you need to unguard that and turn it off for flex takeoffs. Thank you to the viewer who showed me that. Set our altimeter. So speeds there. Sweet. Alright, let's get our APU started. Nope, wrong button. Aft stair, we can close that up. Ground, and we'll go ahead and pull AC. We'll pull GPU once we get the APU up. Alright, APU's on. Additional services, dismiss GPU. Alright, we're going to have fuel in the center pumps as well, so we got all the fuel pumps on. Start pump, we'll go ignition channel alpha. Everything else looks good. High pressure bleed valves are off. I think we're pretty much ready to go. Let's see, top altitude on our SID is 3,000. Runway heading 290. Let's go the other way. And V2 is 136. Flight director's on. Neato. Just waiting on. Well, I guess it's actually gone. Let's pull the jetway. And prepare for pushback. So Zach, I don't know if I'm gonna stream or not. I might. May not have time to get it all set up and stuff before having to jump into it with him. Alright, so this says it's got intercept heading of 289. How's American looking over there? Out the way? I think they're out the way. Yeah, I can see them just over there. Ready to do some flying in the old Maddog. How's things going with V1? Oh, he's parked at the gate in LA. Let's see, we want to face to the east. Yes, ma'am. Alright, let's fire up numero uno. Everything looks good. Alright. Looking for 20% into. Usually takes a hot second or so to get it up there. And there's 20%. Introducing fuel. I love how she just walked through the airplane. That looked realistic. Oh yeah, look at that. Screenshot. Ugh, every time I set my controller down. Alrighty, we are good on number 1. Let's roll number 2. Same thing, looking for 20% into. There's 10%. And 19, 20, introduce fuel. It shows the pin, even though this airplane probably doesn't even have a pin. Yeah, I guess they're going. Cool. All right. Let's see. Start pump off. Ignition to off. We'll guard it. EPU can come off. High pressure bleed valves can come into auto. Flaps 15. Armor spoilers. Get her in trim. We'll be ready to go. Sure, rudders are working. Yep. Okay. Random airplane pop up. So we are not on VATSIM. I have flown this airplane I think once on VATSIM, but I'm not quite confident enough in my proficiency with this airplane to fly it on VATSIM. Whoa. Come on, guy, move your butt. Clear left and clear right. I usually run 2 cameras, as we all know. Today, not turning it on. It's dead. So that's why we don't have it. It's dead, and it's going to take too much time to get everything plugged in and going. So we should push for time. We might have to jump on Shaq's second leg. Concord back to Syracuse. I don't know if we're going to be just a little bit too late. My lords. Alright, so landing lights are already on from crossing the runway. I forgot to turn them off. Turn the rest of this stuff on. Alrighty, we are clear on the approach. He is rotating off of the runway here any second. So we'll go ahead and line up and wait. There is runway heading. Just kind of looking at that TCAS. So we got a dude behind us, so let's get rolling. We'll spool them up. Let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Per usual.
Takeoff thrust set. Plan. 80 knots, cross check.
8 knots. A little bit of a left quartering crosswind.
V1.
There's V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. Man.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Disarm spoilers.
Gear up. Lights out.
Arm 3000. VNav climb. Climb power.
Climb thrust set.
Come on down. Bring that nose down. It's uncomfortable how much pressure I'm having to put to get that nose down. Alright, let's go flaps 11. Go flaps up, leaving the slats out. We'll keep building that speed.
Lap 0.
Thank you. Let's go autopilot on. And then let's go direct Alia. And let's go nav. We're navin'. Alright, we can go slats up.
Slats retract.
Yeah, slats retract, not up, I guess. And we'll head on up to 20,000 feet. VNav. So far, everything's kind of going smooth. It's a little weird, especially in the MD. All right, we'll keep that heading bug on our present course. Looking pretty good. know I like my sunshades. We are on the way. Alright, let's go over to our handy dandy 4 flight. Put in our nearest nav aid, which is 117.1. What VOR we're 109 miles from. These aren't really making any sense. They should be pointing like south of us. We've tuned into Kenbunk VOR, Echo November Echo, and it's just to the south of us. But yet our VOR indicator is pointing like off our right wing to our north. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know, I'm not a IFR rated pilot, so that's my excuse. Alright, 10,000 feet. Settle in for the cruise. I don't know why it's saying ILS. There you go. Bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Brandon, what is up, dude? Hello, just caught your departure. Good, that's perfect timing. Other than like the airport first look and review, which super cool. We actually had the developer in the chat with us, answer some of our questions. But other than that, you know, you didn't miss a whole lot. Came in at just the right time. Catch departure, and you know. Taxis get boring and stuff for some folks. Let's see if Shaq replied back. Our en route time, shit, 1 hour and 49 minutes. It's quite a bit longer than I thought it was. Transition altitude. Thank you, 4 Flight, for letting me know. That's one reason I like 4 Flight. Bam. So my girlfriend asked her, I was like, hey, do you mind if I, fly kind of late and fly with Shaq? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. That way I don't eat whatever you eat for dinner, because she's trying to eat all healthy and stuff. I was like, oh, well, you're still going to be mad because I will be eating a chicken tender, a Buffalo Ranch chicken tender pub sub from Publix. She be jelly. She be jelly. Might be able to cut some time off of our route if we go from Bower. We're direct Bower now, and if we cut out Cam, Page, Puppy, if we go direct Gons, that'll kind of cut out a little bit of a dog leg off of our route. Cam is 115.0, so let's tune that one up. Probably too far to pick that one up. Man, I love, look at these mountains. It just looks so nice. Isn't nice? It is nice. So what is everybody else doing for dinner tonight? Oh, Jay, that's weird. Yeah, now we started streaming a hot minute ago. Well, sometimes YouTube be like that. I think I've heard this song already. Why does it keep hitting? Surely this hasn't been on repeat. Y'all, if I have no idea, if it's been playing the same song over and over again, like hardcore, my apologies. I get so distracted by what I'm doing, and I don't hear it. I don't know if it was or not, but upload that picture to Valanta. Hey, that's a good picture. I don't know what sim this is, but it's kind of a cool angle. Oh, that hell. Y'all, check this out. Y'all know what sim this is? I can tell by this little bar up here. That's FSX. Somebody is still flying FSX. It looks like it's probably Captain Sim 757. Either Captain Sim or Quality Wings. That's some old stuff there. Kudos to them for being able to put up with it, because I can't even do X-Plane anymore. I've been too my eyes have gotten too acclimated to beautifulness. Like look at that. You got some snow, some grass. Like it just looks super cool. Quick and easy mac and cheese. Hey, there you go. Aviation Geek, no surprise there. Eating Waffle House. Dude, I had the worst Waffle House experience 4 days ago. My first day back to work, I stopped at Waffle House on the way. And I was like, I'm going to eat in for once. I left the house early just to eat in. And they had some sort of a water break of some sort. So the whole right half of the restaurant was like literal standing water. So nobody could even sit over there. They had water behind the counter, so where they're all walking through, so they're like sloshing through water. And so I placed my order. The first thing I asked for was a cup of coffee and some water, and I was going to do an all-star special. So I get my coffee, a little sugar, a little creamer, drink it. I get to the bottom of the coffee, and there is a lid in my cup from like a little creamer cup that you would peel it off. There's a lid in the cup, which tells me clearly that is a dirty mug, and it kind of looked dirty. I looked at it before I put it to my mouth, and I was like, this looks a little dingy, but it's probably just an old Waffle House mug, no big deal. It was gross. So, and my waiter was like 87 years old. Not even joking. He's probably up around that way. Got me a new cup. It didn't look that clean either. It's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. So, then I get my food. Or actually, before they even bring my food, I watch them. They roll out all of the clean plates that they just washed in the back. And the same 87-year-old man picks up a stack of plates, flips them vertical, shakes the water out, standing water. I mean, these things were they did nothing to dry them whatsoever, but shake the water out and then put them above the cook station. So then I'm watching them grab these plates and put food on them, and there's literal standing water on the plates. And so I get my food, and my food is in water. Who wants to eat toast that's sitting in water? I already don't really like my food to touch anyways, as it is, much less be sitting in damn water. So I don't know if I'll be going back there. They've already pissed me off a few times. I had to get chocolate chips in my waffle. There's twice that I didn't get my chocolate chips. I was picking up to go. I didn't get my chocolate chips. So the third time I went back and I told the kid who took my order, I was like, hey, the last 2 times I haven't got my chocolate chips. Can I please get my chocolate chips? He's like, oh yeah, man, it happens sometimes. Sorry about that. I'll personally make sure that you get your chocolate chips. I was like, all right, cool. So then I start doing some work emails and stuff on my phone. He starts to walk towards the back, and he reads my my order out loud to the guy. They're all like, pull 2 bacon, pull 2 sausage, 1 hash brown, all that stuff, right? I didn't even notice, but he didn't say the chocolate chips. So he came up to me and was like, hey, just want to let you know, in case you heard me, I didn't say the chocolate chips because I'm going to put them in myself and make sure that you get your chocolate chips. All right, cool. I'd already forgotten about it. So my food's ready. They put it on to-go stuff. He hands it to me. I go back to work. Let's go direct Gons from here. Wait. Is that the same thing? No, I don't want to intercept course. No. How do I delete this? No thanks. No thanks. I'm good. Legs. I don't know. How do I delete this? Oh, erase. Cool. Alright. Direct. We don't want to direct intercept. We want to direct to Gons. Here. Execute. And we're going to cut out that little dog leg in our route, trying to make up some time. So, I get to work. I open up my waffle. Not a single chocolate chip. Bro. So between my chocolate chips and standing water on a plate that my food is sitting in, I don't know if I'm going to go back to that one. Now, I've been to a million Waffle Houses. I'll go back to other Waffle Houses, but I'm probably not going to go back to this one. Or at least maybe not during the day. Their day shift seems to just suck. Because, the A-team's got to be on the night shift, because that's when all the drunkies come in. So, anyways, that's my Waffle House rant for the day. Dude, look at that terrain down there. I would love to visit that. I think we're still in New York. New York. Came back. Sorry, I said hey here in chat, and my wife literally called me away. Yeah, it's all good. I wouldn't even know the difference unless I asked you, hey, asked you something straight up, and then you didn't respond. So I would never know. A lot of people do that, but whenever I watch streams, unless I'm leaving for good, and I've been very talkative in the chat, I usually don't even say anything. Nobody's gonna notice me leave. What livery you flying with Shaq? Good question. I wondered the same. He's flying the 900, so I guess maybe I'll fly the 7, just to be different. Or maybe I'll fly the 737. No, because we're gonna do some Southwest stuff coming up. We'll promote some more virtual Southwest, so we'll do the CRJ. I don't know. That's probably not even an airline route that he's flying. Maybe I'll fly a private CRJ. There we go. When in doubt, just fly private. Not much, just finished flying after the update. So how, for those of you who have flown with the update, have y'all had any issues? Suppose there's supposed to be some new turbulence of some sort. So I'm kind of interested to see if we hit any. Mostly good weather. We might start getting close to some fronts to a low pressure system as we get close to Detroit. Looks like there could be some No. I think Volanta... No, never mind. Volanta's radar is like max sensitivity. There are different sensitivities of radars for those of you who don't know. So, the weather should be pretty good. I didn't plan an alternate, so I hope it is. I did take extra gas though, because, you know, unstable approaches be kicking my ass. Flight plan. Let's get rid of... Oh, that's because we're still on... Nah, we'll leave it as is. Like, look how pretty that is. Like, how cool would it be to like live down in a valley like that? Now, it would be neater if it was like, you know, the Rockies, but it'd be really cool to maybe not live, maybe go visit there. I don't know if I'd want to live in that shit. It'd be foggy all the time with mountain obscuration. Let's changeth our view. I have squeezed through these aisles of MDs many times. Rubbing my butt on passengers and not meaning to. My 17-year-old son is making homemade quesadilla taco combo. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I have a VA member still flying FSX. Oh wow. What VA? Out of curiosity. Oh, so V1 got an ACARS message from Virtual American giving him gate info. Okay, so probably the same exact as Virtual Spirit, I'm sure. Probably just took him a while to get the capability going, to get all the data, especially of an airline that size, takes a while to get all that data together. Because I've worked with the guy who runs both V-Spirit and V-American, or Virtual AAL. I provided him with some gate information for my airline. He also runs like 4 VAs. So anyways, he has to go in one by one and put in all the gates for each airport, as well as whatever other information. Like for my company, when you get to ACARS in the Airbus, the information you're getting is real. From the ops frequency to the gate numbers, ground power, air, if ACARS is available, that kind of stuff. It's real, so that's cool. So I'm sure it just took them a while to get all that information in there, since they have to go airport by airport. And now that they finally got it, now they've probably turned it on where you're starting to get ACARS messages. Soggy toast. Hey, I don't mind if my toast is soggy, as long as it's soggy with butter and not water. I may have to pass on Waffle House. I've never. Oh man, you can don't pass on it just from my one bad experience. Like, I've been to a Waffle House 1,000 times, and I've never had like a just straight up bad experience like this. I think a lot of it too is just like where you live, where you're at, the kind of people who are where you're at, that kind of thing. Like at the Waffle House out by my parents' house, man, they're like, and in fact, the people at this one, especially the night shift, the one that I had the bad experience at, they're super nice. Which super nice doesn't always mean like great customer service, because you can have bad customer service through the service of the food. But man, like when I go back home to Louisiana, I go to Waffle House out by my parents' house, and there's this old lady that works there. She's just as country as could be, and she recognizes me every time I come in. She's like, "Oh, baby, you done come back home, have you? Well, we're just so happy to have you here. Welcome home, darling. We're just so happy. We're just so thrilled." I'm like, "Thanks. So can I get an all-star?" I think the doggos need to go OUTSIDE. So I've never really had a Huddle House either. Joe, hey everybody, sorry I'm late to the party. Yeah, it's alright. We don't have mandatory start times for the viewers. Hell, I can barely get my damn streams going whenever I say I'm gonna get them going. So don't feel bad. We did a little first look of the Portland, Maine airport, and we actually had the dev in the chat, which I thought was super cool. And it shows too like how much they're committed to their product to go jump around different streams and stuff and answer questions like they did. So that's super awesome. But it's about all you missed. It was a pretty uneventful takeoff. We probably rotated off the runway about 20-30 knots after VR, so it's not great. You actually get in trouble in real life. That is all captured in ACARS data. I have a friend of mine who's a captain at my airline, and they were taking off, I believe, out of Denver, and the FO called out VR or rotate. He didn't hear him, and so he's just like, watching the runway, trucking along, and he's like, because you hear V1 rotate, and there's usually a little bit of a cadence to it, a little bit. And typically too, like if you're doing like a max power takeoff, your V1 and your rotate speeds are a little bit further apart than if you're doing a flex or a reduced power takeoff, if you will. But nonetheless, there's still like a little bit of a tempo to that V1 rotate. And he heard the V1, so his hand came off the throttle, but he never heard the rotate. So they're just trucking down the runway, and he's like, and the guy was like, yeah, rotate. I said rotate. So then he pulls off. But it was captured in ACARS data. They rotated like 15, 20 knots faster than what it's supposed to be. And so the chiefs get that information, and he called him up and was like, yo, why did you rotate as late as you did? I thought it was interesting. Also, you can get phone calls too for like if you meet unstable approach criteria, but you continue to land. That can be seen as well. That'll get you a phone call from the chief. If you land like too far down the runway, past the touchdown zone, that can get you a phone call as well. There's a lot of stuff that can be seen in the ACARS data. So sometimes whenever I'm flying, I try to keep it real like that. So it's like, all right, so we floated quite a ways. We're going around. Like, what would keep me from getting a phone call from the Chiefs if this was a real life flight? That's how I try to treat it. And then sometimes we're like, fuck it, we're going to land. Ain't got time for this. Huddle House has the best breakfast. I've never had Huddle House. You need to fly the CRJ as well. I'm going to do Imaginary Sky West route. Okay. Well, I know it's kind of late for you. Would you be able to fly with me and Shaq? Private CRJ. Damn right. I've got one. It's not even very good looking, in all honesty, but it's something. Brandon, oh shit! So you got your own virtual airline. That's cool. Shaq used to have his. It used smart cars. I did a few flights on it and then kind of forgot about it. As bad as I hate to say that. Not gonna lie, after COVID and nobody wanting to work Huddle House, or nobody wanting to work Huddle House here has gone downhill. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty much everywhere these days, unless you go to some bougie ass restaurant where you got like the most basic bitch in the world working, just trying to get tips, and like you can tell they're being like fake nice. Other than that, they don't really, like, nobody really tries anymore. It's sad. Hell yeah, All-Star, damn right, dude. See, I'm very old-fashioned when it comes to my breakfast. Like, if Crystal and I go to like another Broken Egg, or you know, like some other breakfast place or brunch place or some shit. In fact, one time we went to another Broken Egg, and we sat at the bar. I told the bartender, I was like, hey, I was like, I want a coffee, and I want the like classic breakfast with like scrambled eggs, potatoes, and sausage and bacon. And the girl was like disgusted. Like, she was super basic. We were in a very, very, very bougie part of town. She's like, that's all you want? Like, you just want black coffee? Like, honey, we can make it better. Like, we can put in some whiskey. We can put some Baileys. Like, you know, let's make it better. I was like, all right, fuck it, put in some whiskey. And then when I ordered my food, she's like, that's all you want? Like, we can do better than that, honey. We can do omelets. We can do fucking whatever lettuce wrap bullshit. Like, I was like, no, shut the fuck up. I want my old man breakfast. I'm an old man at heart, okay? I don't even want to be here. I want to be at Cracker Barrel instead. Dog, why do you keep scooting away while you want me to pet you? You go outside. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me go let these doggos out. I'll be right back. How do I tell this thing to go direct guns? Probably like this. It's bothering me. Bella, my god, fucking needy dog. I love you, but you are needy as hell. And I didn't save that last view, so we gotta go back to this one. Alright guys, give me 1 sec. I'll leave y'all with an external view. That's an ugly one. Do something a little bit better looking. Maybe that. I don't know. That's what you get. I'll be right back. Them old stinking dogs. So, fed, I gave them food, right? One of them was like, nah, I'm not going to eat. And sometimes she gets weird like that. Had to put, like a little bit of chicken broth and, this Vasequin. It's like senior dog joint supplement type treat thing. But that's so she finally eat. I mean, I let her out. It's like she wanted to go out to potty before she would eat. Let her out. She goes piss, comes back in, eats her food, then goes back to the door. He's like, okay, no need to shit. Like, oh my god. So I just let him out twice. Good news is though, I got a drink. Got that Cutwater prickly pear ranch water. So we'll see how this tastes. The watermelon was good. The lime was dog shit. Let's see what this one's like. I'll give it a meh. It's not the fucking worst, but it's not the fucking best either. Yeah. Anyways. How's everyone eat their eggs? Down here in, oh, you're in Alabama. So I'm a Louisianian. Nice to meet you, fellow Southerner. Are you a college football fan? And if so, who is your team? I get them over medium, yellow runny, and dip my toast in them. So I'm a scrambled eggs kind of guy. That kind, like sunny side up, over yellow. Like, man, I like eggs just about any way. The texture has always been a little bit of a thing for me. Like, I just enjoy the texture of scrambled eggs a lot. So I've never really deviated from that, but I do like it just about any ways that there is. Joe said I will have to watch the beginning. Again, there's not a whole lot other than just kind of looking around the airport, which I thought the airport was really, really nice. I don't remember how much the airport costs. I want to say it's like $18, something like that. The standard. Why did I rotate 30 knots faster? So, I mean, it said rotate and I pulled back. And I had the trim set. I guess it just didn't, I didn't really pull back enough. As of lately, I've been kind of deathly afraid of tail striking. So now I got that new FS Projects side stick. I have tail struck the shit out of my Airbus just because it's so sensitive and whatnot. So now I'm scared of tail striking everything, and I didn't rotate. I didn't pull back enough. So between that and then there was also like a downward slope in the runway, and just kind of kept me on the ground a little bit long after rotation speed. Can't get away with anything these days. Nope. So can't. Zach, man, you're pushing time. Is your Volanta working? Mine is just blank. Yeah, mine's working. Let's see. Volanta. So here's what's mine showing. It's very laggy while I have it clicked. Like while OBS is on it, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's working. If you're flying, I don't see you. I would doubt you'd be flying since Shaq's getting ready to go live. Damn, oh my God, yeah, we'll definitely have to catch him on the second leg because we still got a ways to go. We're probably halfway through the flight. But the beauty is we don't have to start a new stream, right? Like we can just jump into a CRJ and go fly with him. Depending on, I guess, like where he's at in his flight. But if he starts his stream in 3 minutes, I would imagine by the time we land and then whatever, like we'll actually technically we're starting the Star here in just a minute. And we're flying over Syracuse right now, which is where he's going to be starting his stream. Maybe if we jumped on Batsy and we could talk to him. Oh yep, he's there. He just popped up on Volanta. Damn, V1's still live. Shaq's about to be live. 2 minutes. When he goes live, we'll holler at him on Batsy. Here's V1 doing his bussing. He's just in cruise like us. I wonder if we can open 2 at once. I got the dogs in. J. So I can put my Hoppy ACARS code in the Phoenix app. Yep. Oh, you said you can't. No, you can't. So I can put my Hoppy ACARS code in the Phoenix app. Does anything need to be running in the background? No. Just Pegasus. While you're flying on Virtual American. And that should be enough to get the ACARS messages. It's the same as Virtual Spirit. As you get close to your top of descent, you should start getting some get a message. Let's see, where are we at? How much further till our top of descent? Center tank fuel is out. Turn those pumps off. Put the passengers up because I forgot all about them. I probably have a terrible rating. They did not like me last night. Oh, no, they're very satisfied at 98%. Muy bien. We're still like 180, 190 miles from top of descent. But we are now officially on the star. So that's great. And then we'll arm 2,000. We'll start coming down. We'll bottom out at 2,000 feet on the approach. And we should probably put it in cruise. Start seeing the lake there on the right side. And then as we get over the other lake, Lake Erie, we'll move over to the left side of the airplane. So I can look out that way. And I was the first one to go and like Shaq's stream, so suck it. Yo, if you're not first, you're last. We're gonna let these dogs in real quick. Holy moly. V1 getting kicked around pretty good. Um. Jay, if you're still watching, I didn't know that House Livy was even like available for AI. That's pretty cool. I need to turn on my little vacuum cleaner. Shark. Let's see, can we? Damn, I can't do two of these at the same time. That's some wonder, though. I do wonder if I open up YouTube and Microsoft Edge. I bet they don't have the picture-in-picture functionality, though. Nope. No picture-in-picture. Clean. Start cleaning. Alright. Start vacuuming, little vacuum cleaner. Ah, got both of those up. Cool. Right, so working our way back up to where we were at. Zach said, just nosedive you over Syracuse. Oh, we could divert. I think we're, should we divert? Let's divert. I know y'all want to divert. Let's divert. I'm gonna let him know. Okay, I don't really know how to divert in this airplane. We'll give it a shot. Let's bring it back over here. It's a good looking airplane. Index. Position, no. Let's pull heading. And make sure we're not turning. K S Y R. Legs. I don't know what. Let's just do runway 10. Probably gonna be a tailwind, but be all right. Arrival, ILS 10. Legs. Execute. Direct. Moyik. Execute. And let's start getting down. Let's go. Vertical speed. Throw out the boards. The issue is that we're going to be so high. And let's tell our passengers, ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, we do regret to inform you Detroit Airport has closed due to a power outage at the airport. None of the instrument approaches work, none of the lights work, tower can't make any positive contact with aircraft. So we are going to divert, again I repeat, we are going to divert to Syracuse, and we will have you rebooked and taken care of once we get there. We do apologize for the inconvenience. We'll keep you in the loop as things change. Flight attendants prepare the cabin for arrival. Alright guys, so as y'all hear, we are going to divert. We just told our passengers just put it into Valenta as well. Kind of wanting to see what my vertical deviation. Oh, there it is. All right, so let's shallow it off. 2,000. We'll go 1,500 for now. Direct, Moyak, execute, and nav. All right, now let's turn on VATSIM. Hopefully don't turn too far to the north because there is active ATC up there. DAL. What's my call sign? 796. Our approach 10. Bottom altitude 2,000 should be fine. Actually, we'll do 3,000. This is kind of neat, in all honesty. Getting that heading turned. Takes forever. My God, dude, it turns so fucking slow. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna stow these now. Don't need those no more. And we got our butt to the sun. Ish. Yeah, it's awful bright. So I'm watching Shaq stream here on the side. I see people in his chat right now telling him, y'all are telling him I'm coming back. I'm turning around. That's fun. Where's my wheel? All right. I guess we should start getting ready for the approach. Let's see. Our current METAR in Syracuse. Winds are 350 at 310 statute miles. Broken at 10,000. Broken 18. Overcast 25. Temperature 7. Dew point -3. Altimeter 33. Landing elevation is 421. And then landing barrow 3033. This airplane's struggling to get on track. I'm gonna be mad if like New York Center comes online or Cleveland Center and I have to talk to somebody. I don't want to talk to nobody on VATSIM other than Shaq or anybody else that I know. So just kind of right now waiting to watch that glide path come down. When it comes down, we'll keep our descent going. Shaq ain't got nothing under control. Not when it comes to his kids. Shaq just said Barrow is 3030. Alright, so I pulled my METAR off of Valento, which could be old. So, let's see. Okay, SYR. It is 3033. As of the latest METAR, as of 2254 Zulu. I'm not lying. Yeah, I know. Check Discord, Roger. Alrighty. So airplane, yep, airplane auto descends. Sweet. So now let's dial it down to 3,000. Arm it. Everything's looking good. VNAV descent, nav track, 3,000 armed. Everyone act normal. Oof, we're going to the cuss. Or the Q's. Yeah, that's never good. So, Nolan, how long was that Guayaquil JFK flight you worked last night? That seems hella long. And are y'all's 321 Neos? Are those just Neos? Are they LRs? They're not XLRs, right? Because those aren't out yet. The FAA has an issue with one of the fuel tanks, how it's designed and where it's at. Alrighty, 30, 33. Okay. So Jay, if you sent me something, I don't have any DMs from you. $22.8. Now we're barely staying out of controlled airspace. We're like squeezing between two centers right now. I want. There you go. And I need to set a button. This is always a pain in the ass. There we go. Shagalak, you up, man? Alright, we need to get all of our stuff not too bright. Trying to bleed that speed. Go down, airplane. He's on 22.8. I didn't say. Alright, let's see. Yo, Shaq, can you hear me? Dude, why did the airplane fucking level off? Alright, you're coming in very broken. Oh, now I can hear you too. So yeah, so I'm sure your chat made you aware we are diverting to your present position. Descending through 9,000 feet. We should be on the ground probably in the next 5-10 minutes. And then if you want, once we land, you can head on out, and then I'll catch you on your second leg. All right, how you got me now?
5 by 5.
Hey, so we'll be on the ground about the next like 5-10ish minutes. I'm just coming straight in. I'm gonna land on runway 10. And then after I land, if you want, you can go ahead and head on out because I don't want you to have to wait on me to set up or anything. And then I'll catch you on the second leg.
All right, perfect. We'll wait. We'll watch you land, and then we'll go ahead and get up out of it.
Sounds good. And my passengers are pissed, but you know it happens.
Tell them they have really good salted potatoes and butter at Syracuse.
All right, I'll let them know.
You can just let them know that there's some Waffle House with some water in their plate waiting for them.
All right, Zachy, I'll let them know that too. They'll love that. It's water. It's not butter. It's even better. It's awesome. All right, we're at 4,000 feet, right on the glide path. Would be smart if we tuned up our ILS. It's 109.9. Course heading of 100. ILS. Our VREF is going to be 126. And I struggled to get this airplane to go into selected speed. Seems like it'll work for a minute, and then it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to keep doing what I want to do. So I've just kind of gotten to the point where when I'm on approach, I just control the speed by hand. Alright, so we are tracking the localizer, coming down to the glide slope. Let's go ahead and go gear down.
Slats extended. Gear down. 3-3.
And these never arm from me whenever I'm on landing. Alright, looking for the glide slope. Glide slope captured. Airplane should start nosing down. We'll help it out with some spoilers. Missed approach altitude is 3,000.
Flaps 15.
Alrighty, folks. Flight control replay. Record.
Flaps 28. Flaps 40.
Syracuse traffic Delta 796 is on 3-mile final runway 10 Syracuse. Everybody watch out. I'm not very good in the MD. I'll leave it on autopilot for a hot minute. 3033. little bit fast. Want to slow down. All right, airplane wants to go below glide slope, so we'll intervene and help it out a bit. Oh, damn. Piece of shit VATSIM's not showing me as a Maddog. Well, thank you. That's one of my better Maddog ones.
Reverse lights out.
This is a runway. Sad dog. If I go that way, I might end up blocking him. We'll figure it out. Syracuse traffic, Delta 796, clear of runway 10, taxi into the gate. Ugh, hate that. Why is this still an issue?
Syracuse traffic, SkyWest 543, taxiing to runway 33 via Tango Bravo.
Oh, okay, so they're gonna be going to the left.
Syracuse.
Okay, let's clean her up. Alright, I got Shaq over there off at our 1 o'clock. We'll stay out of his way. Actually, Shaq's showing. And Shaq, you're showing as like a little bitty private jet thing. So at least I'm not the only one that's identifies differently. Yeah, I'm not sure who that was. Alright, let's see. We'll cut it in here. This scenery's jacked up. Dude, this is payware scenery.
Traffic, our black 1 will be taxiing by Alpha.
Alright, let's just see how pissed off our
Syracuse
passengers
traffic,
get.
Skywest South 43, crossing runway 28 to continue taxi, Syracuse.
Hey, Skywest 546, can you hear Shaq or I can't?
I'm not sure that he switched over to Unicom just yet. I know that he was on 121.8 for a little while.
I'll let him know.
Alright.
Okay, I don't know what. That's out ramp. Yeah, I don't know. Screw it. So we touched down at a negative 137 on that one. I'll take it. I feel like that was a pretty decent
Syracuse
landing.
Traffic, Skywest South 43 is landing up runway 33 for departure, Syracuse.
Man, Shaq's got a good looking livery. Alright. Brake set. APU's on the bus. Shut down 2. Shut down 1.
And Syracuse traffic, Skywest South 43 is holding for traffic crossing the runway, Syracuse.
Deboarding.
And Syracuse traffic, Skywest South 43 is rolling on runway 33.
Syracuse traffic, Airlines 1 will be reporting show runway 33. Good shot.
Alright, there goes Zach. Rotate. Yes. Looks very nice. Very nice. Nice gradual climb rate. Might be a tail strike based off of what I just saw on Shaq's side of things. So Shaq's at 2.8. So that's Shaq over there. That's, I don't know why it's not showing him as a CRJ. I haven't heard him on frequency. Alright, so I don't know how long their flight is. Wonder if we should stop the stream or not. I don't know. What y'all think? They'll get a voucher, no worries. That's about right. Check, make sure, yeah, we're on 22.8. So I'm not hearing Shaq. I'm hearing him talking to stream, but I'm not hearing him on my side. So, oh yeah, let's stop the recording. And we'll watch replay once these guys get out of here.
Radio check.
Loud and clear. 555.
What the heck? Alright, sorry about that. Syracuse traffic, Jet 534 is lining up departing runway 33, Syracuse.
I can find out here you say. Alright, Syracuse traffic, Airlines 1 will be landing behind this party traffic.
Turn and burn.
Let's ride.
Traffic. Airlines 543 is going direct to Skippo, Syracuse. I had to reintroduce my flight plan. It got deleted.
Yoom. Here you go. Burn out, put down, put down, put down, put down, down, down. Do 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 do. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do next is we'll jump off of VATSIM, watch some replays, and then I guess we'll go load up at Concord. I just don't know how long their flight is. I don't even know where Concord's at, in all honesty. That's cool. He's probably already off frequency. Alright, well, let's jump off. Let's get everything, I guess, set for everything set up for our replays. I've never done a replay with this airplane, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. No real alarms or anything yet. They're saying about 90 minutes. Ooh, Lord. That's a lengthy little time. If VATSIM wasn't on, I'd maybe jump into F-18 and like chase them down. But I can't really do that. Oh, I see where Concord's at. Shit, it's like, it's not too far from Portland. Dang. So far, I'd say this is probably the best acting airplane with replays. Not a whole lot of flight control surface moving. Who knows if it moves at all? You can tell it's wanting to. You can see the spoilerons moving around a little bit. Still learning and getting used to this whole replay thing. Man, we like went into the ground. Now we're floating. There's some weird stuff going on with that runway right there. And watch, when we pass it, we'll probably level back up. Now it goes all the way down the runway. Yeah, we're halfway into the ground. It's kind of weird. One of the dogs stepped in dog shit. I'm gonna be pissed when one of these dogs stepped in dog shit. I really hope that they come out with the MD-88. I'm sure they're working on it. You can tell stuff's messed up, like all the taxiway lights are floating above the ground. When you get like just the right angles on this stuff though, it looks pretty badass. I don't know why all this stuff's still. Oh, there it goes. So I just learned something. Watch this. Go ahead and stop, bring them back over here. So you can like control the surfaces. See, now everything's coming up. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do about probably have to just kill the strings. The flight's just too long. Well, it shouldn't be 90 minutes because our flight was 90 minutes and we were flying a lot further than Syracuse. So if I had to guess, it's probably going to be like a 50-minute flight. But we're still going to be waiting for a hot minute for them to land. So I'm thinking we'll probably just cut the stream off here after another replay or two. And I'll just fly with them off stream. Let's see, what kind of other angle can we get? Maybe like a tower view? Just hate how it's not on the ground correctly. Oh yeah, almost perfectly in the touchdown zone. And just halfway into the ground. Oh yeah, got the little shadow coming up. I didn't see that when I was landing. Looks pretty sweet. Alright guys, well, thank y'all so much for coming to hang out, as always, and I am going to shut the stream down here after this replay. But I hope y'all have a great night, and again, if you do find the kindness in your heart to help Jay out, again, I have his GoFundMe posted or pinned to the top if you haven't already, and he will greatly appreciate it. It would definitely help him out during a hard time. We thank y'all so much. Chris, man, I didn't get to say hello to you. Just saw your message. But guys, thank y'all so much for coming to hang out. I will probably see y'all over in Shaq's chat while I set up for their return leg to fly back with them. Thank y'all again for all the support for the channel. And as always, be good at it, and keep it on the wrong side. And we'll see you on the next one, which I'm assuming will probably be sometime tomorrow. I'm going to do some virtual Southwest ops. Got a new virtual Southwest website, some stuff I'm going to show off. So see y'all on that one. Y'all have a good night. Talk to you later.